How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to bring you 6 ways on how you can be on your way to your first $1 million if you're just starting with $100. I'm going to start this off with the lower return on investment and work our way up to our high return on investment. Let's get into it. Number 1, a savings account. Now, a savings account is one of the most guaranteed returns on your investment. You could actually take a portion of your paycheck and put it into that savings account, little by little growing that cash position that you have and also taking advantage of the compounding interest. A savings account is also great because it's a way for you to build an emergency fund. If you ever have any other types of investments, you won't have to cash those out if you have any emergencies in life. You could actually just take from your savings account. And right now is one of the best times to take advantage of this. One of the best percentage APRs that I found online is actually a Webull cash management account. It actually returns 5% annually and they pay you out the interest daily. I'll leave a link in the description which you can use to get 15 or more stocks for free by just depositing $100. But anyways, on to the next one. Number 2, bonds. Now, bonds are really interesting. They're very similar to a savings account, except for with a bond, you're buying a contract. You're giving a lump sum of money to somebody who issues that bond. And in that contract, they basically state that they will pay out a certain amount in increments back to you. Now, once that bond expires, you're able to sell that bond back for the amount that you purchased it for. Now, these can be very low risk if you're getting government bonds, for example, to very high risk, for example, if a company issues a bond that may be on the verge of bankruptcy. So judging on who's issuing that bond, it can be very low risk to very high risk. And one of the lower risk bonds that I found is actually a T-bill bond. It's sitting at about 5.42%, and I'll leave a link down in the description for public.com where you can easily put in $100 into a T-bill. On to our next one. Number 3, ETFs and mutual funds. ETFs and mutual funds are very, very similar. Now, ETFs are actually listed on the stock exchange and they can be actively managed or passively managed. Mutual funds, however, are not listed on stock exchanges, but they can be actively managed or passively managed as well. These are good to look at, but you have to make sure that you're checking the expense ratio on those because some of them can be very expensive to manage. Number 4, flip stuff. Now, I'm not talking about flipping stuff and destroying your house. I'm talking about going on Facebook Marketplace and buying stuff and selling it for more. Now, going through Facebook Marketplace, surprisingly, I found so many free things that you could literally just go pick up, pay a little bit of gas, and then sell it either on eBay or on Facebook Marketplace again. So one of the easiest ways to make your first couple $100 would actually be to go on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist and just find some free stuff and then just sell it. Now, on to the next, more risky stuff. Number 5, flip virtual items. Now, it might sound funny, but back in the day, I played a lot of Counter-Strike. And depending on any video games that you might know about, they all have their own kind of markets if they have in-game items. And for some of the stuff that I found in there that was limited edition, once those things became available, they actually skyrocketed anywhere from 100% to 1,000% within just a couple months. So this is probably one of the easiest ways to double or triple or quadruple your money within a month. And I would probably go into it only if you're knowledgeable about the video game market. Now, this doesn't work in every video game. Of course, you need to be a bit knowledgeable about the market that you're going into. But if you do play a video game which you are knowledgeable about the market, you could possibly take advantage of flipping some items and making some cash. And on to our final and most important part, invest in yourself. Now, this can be anywhere from reading books to taking online courses. Some book recommendations I could actually give you would be The Psychology of Money, The Intelligent Investor, The E-Myth, and The 4-Hour Workweek. You could also use that $100 to take some online courses on how to edit, for example, so that you can become more valuable and you could actually freelance in some kind of work. Now, the important part about this is that the more knowledge that you get and the more expertise you have, the more valuable you become. So you could basically become an expert in some kind of skill, and then you could actually market yourself as a valuable asset to somebody. And this is a great way to build capital and become rich. And these have been the 6 ways how you can make your first $1 million starting with just $100. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. This has been Pasha IRL, and I'll see you in the next one.